I'm going to ask you a really weird question. What do you want to get out of the current coronavirus crisis? Have you ever really thought of that? Like, what do you want to get out of it? You say, well, what do you mean? Well, most people are reacting. It's another video that we just did about being at cause and effect, are reacting to whatever Boris Johnson or anybody else says, or their family says, even worse, friends and family who all have 10 million opinions. But what do you want to get out of it? What's your goal? Our goal is to make sure that we thrive and not survive this crisis. We actually want to thrive. So these videos are here to help you, our tribe, our database, our clients, our friends, many of you, to do the same. Because we know that in order to help you, we're going to have to step up ourselves, right? So we're going to have to think of things that we're doing in our life. We just talked about homeschooling, for example. How the hell do you do homeschooling? I've never done homeschooling before. We send them away. It's like, your perfect, very expensive, but babysitter, isn't it? So now suddenly they're all at home. What the hell just happened,
It's also like, for us, it's really important that we give back to the community at this time in need with all the information we've got. One of our biggest things is about creating ripples, making sure that we leave our legacy, and that's, the why. So it's really looking at this time, it might seem a bit selfish to be answering the question that Mark has said, but is it really? What belief systems have you got that aren't serving you because that might have shown up? So it's interesting, you might want to write that down and go, I need to explore that a little bit.
Once you know what it is that you want, and by the way, it doesn't have to be perfect, right? Just start, because just by putting something down, you already are not going in the wrong direction. So half, that half. So don't be too hard on yourself. What is it you want? Now most people don't know what they want. But then what is the second part, and that is the compelling reason why you want it. Like, why do you want that thing? And they're like, oh, bloody hell, I only just came up with
the idea.
Yeah, the idea. Now you want me to know why. Isn't it the same thing? It's not the same thing. Yeah. It's not the same thing. So, for example, let's say you wanted to thrive. But why? Why do we want to thrive? We want to thrive because we want to make sure that when this crisis is over, that we're in an even stronger position to fulfill our mission, which is to help more people around the world create financial success for themselves and their families through financial education. So we are seeing how can we use the situation, not people, not taking advantage of people, but a situation in order to positively impact more people. Madrika, you love the ripple effect, right?
I do, I really do. It's something that's been always dear to my heart, and because acts of kindness in this time is the thing that's going to get us through.
You call it random acts of kindness.
Yeah,
can you give us some examples?
So I don't know, occasionally I'll just send somebody something in the post because I saw it and it reminded me of them. So I'll buy it and throw it to them in the post. One of the best random acts of kindness I've ever done and do all the time is just simply give somebody a smile. And it is just so easy to do.
And so easy not to do, by the way.
Yes, true. Yeah, and it is, when it's easy not to do it, sometimes, what if they don't smile back? Oh my God, what if that's rejection? What if this? I'll often send somebody a quick little text just saying, thinking of you, hope you're okay today. Random acts of kindness, little tiny things that you think won't make an impact, but that will impact that person for the day. They just feel a little supported, or they think, oh, wasn't that lovely? That smile, they were like, oh my God, isn't that beautiful? And it then makes their day better and better. I remember one day teaching our children to kind of, at the end of when we've bought something, we go, oh, thank you, have a wonderful day. And I remember being served by a lady once, it was about 6 o'clock, the shop's about to close, she looked exhausted, we were buying a cupcake, and the girls, we bought the cupcakes, and she was miserable as hell, and I nudged the girls, I went, have a great day, tell her have a great day, and they went, have a great day, and she just beamed, her face just lit up, and we looked around. At one point we walked away, I said, girls, look around, you just made her day, and they looked around and she was still beaming, and they went, okay mummy, we get it. So it is those littlest things.
They still do it now
beautiful.
As well. I love it when they do it. I love it.
Yeah, it's very cute. It's then just they're now creating a ripple effect, and seeing it from the children, people love it even more. So
come back to the once you know what it is that you want, why do you want it? What is the deeper reason, the purpose, if you like? Some people call it a mission in business, as to why you want those things that you want. You know, if you want to thrive at this, but why do you want to thrive? What's that going to be able to do for you, your family, your tribe, your clients, etc., and so forth? This isn't something you do in your head, because your head is kind of like this sieve, quagmire of mud that you sink into. You can never kind of get out of it. What you want to do is you want to write it down. You don't want to write it down on any piece of paper which is then going to fly around. What you want to do is you want to write it in your journal. One of the things we do at Your Success and Wealth Club is encourage people in the evenings, some people do it in the mornings, to write down your 5 successes for the day, but you have everything in one journal so you can keep coming back to it. Why do we need to know what we want and why we want it? Most people don't, by the way. They definitely don't know why they want something. They want to be wealthy. Why? Why not? That's not a big enough reason. It just isn't. It's because what we don't want to be is we don't want to be this kind of feather in the wind being buffeted around by the news and the coronavirus and the fears and the emotions and the sentiment. We want to steer our own course, and the only way to do that is to know roughly where you want to go. Most people don't really know, but roughly. But also, why do you want it? And the why is the real engine, the real motivation, the juice, if you like. We spend a lot of time on the why at our workshops, a lot.
We really do. And it's what's really important is if currently you're in pain, if it's painful for you, you're kind of going, oh, I don't know where the finances are going to come from, or where are we going to do this, how are we going to do this. This is the perfect time to do it, because we normally move away from pain. When it's in your moment of pain, are you living in the pain, or are you going, I never ever want to feel like this ever again? If you're in that pain, now's the time to be going, oh,
powerful.
Okay, what is it that you want? What will you never stand for anymore? It's a perfect time to do it. So you can revel in it, or you can go, right, this is enough, I'm sick and tired of this, it's never happening again, and look at what is it you want.
So this crisis
and that could be your why.
Could be a real gift, really. Because it actually gives you your why. So I never want to be in this situation again, because the pain was just too big. I almost lost my house because I couldn't make the mortgage payments. By the way, there are things happening right now. The government is actually talking to mortgage providers to make sure you don't have to pay for a few months. No taxes need to be paid as long as you do tell HMRC that you're not going to pay them. You can't just not pay them. But it's a delayed, obviously. It's not like you're never going to pay them. Something like 80% of the salaries are payable to people as long as you don't fire them. Because a lot of people are, there's it doesn't matter what his name is, but a guy that we very much look up to in the States, he just let go of 42 employees. We're like, we don't want to let go of anybody. They're like our family. We don't want to do that. And the government kind of stepped in and said, we'll pay 80%, up to $2,500 a month of that, which is fantastic. Because it makes sure we don't have to let go of anybody.
And so what's interesting in this moment is if we're in a state of not being able to be resourceful, we don't even know that those resources are available. So if you come away from that fear, come away from that, you will actually start finding resources because you're more open to them. So, it's really, there's a lot out there that is of help. You're going
to have to dig deep now, and you're going to have to write down what are your reasons why you want to whatever.
Never feel this ever again.
Yeah, that's one thing. Yeah. So that's a pain one. Or you want to, thrive in this particular financial crisis, take advantage of the markets being down right now. I mean, cryptos went down so fast so much. I was looking around and going, this is crazy. This is a knee-jerk reaction of people panicking. Well, you know what? When other people are fearful, that's the time to be greedy. And so I started buying again, which I hadn't done for quite a while because prices were up so much, But when it came down, I had to, absolutely. We were getting into oil even more. And nothing to do with the coronavirus. This was because Saudi Arabia was having a bit of an argument with Russia and just decided just to dump oil into the market and lower the prices just to make Russia suffer. Of course, everyone's going to suffer as a result, apart from us. Us as investors, because we keep buying at a low price because we know it can't go to zero, so we're totally safe. But the other reason is, of course, petrol is going to be less expensive. So, we're going to be the winners out of this, which is absolutely fantastic. So again, coming back to knowing what you want, but why you want it. And people don't know that there's a difference between the two. There's a big difference between the two. So don't hesitate right now. The first thing you need to do is quickly subscribe to the channel to make sure that you get all the follow-up videos that we're doing in order to make sure that you thrive during this time. Make sure you like it as well. And immediately right now, grab your journal. If you don't have one, grab a piece of paper, but really you should have a journal and write down, what do you want out of this crisis and why do you want it? And the why is the thing that's going to make sure that you get what you want. Okay, see you in the next video.